Okay, so it is Thursday, April 3rd. Start chemo tomorrow, get the port put in tomorrow. It was hard when my daughter was here this morning before she left for daycare. She kept hugging me right here, and this is probably where my port's going to be. And I was like, it's going to hurt tomorrow when she does that. So I'm going to try to. She actually has a little pillow she uses to sleep, and I think I'm going to use that to kind of like buffer. So I'm getting some snacks ready. So I have to be at the hospital. My port goes in at 8:45, and then I have to be up for chemo at 10:15. But I know this is my first day, so there'll be extra, questions and all that, and checking in on things. And they'll probably start the dosing slowly. I don't quite know, but so it'll probably be a bit of a long day. So I'm packing some snacks, probably too many, but I tried to load up yesterday on stuff that I like and stuff that worked while I was pregnant and really nauseous. So I got some pretzels and some roasted chickpeas. I went to Bulk Barn and got a few things like that. I got some popcorn that just has oil and salt in it, no butter or anything, because I think that might be something good. We need to pick up a few more bananas, stuff like that. So I'm going to try to pack a little lunch. And then I have all the towels in the dryer now and all of the bedding and things in the washer, just so that we can have all our spare sheets clean, just in case I get sick or sweaty or anything and want new ones. So just trying to prep and keep myself busy today. Just kind of watching some YouTube videos, doing the dishes. Our new dishwasher, we don't have it yet, so we're still hand washing dishes right now because the dishwasher's broken. We did order a new one. I did get the coffee table fixed though. Thank you to our friend Jeremy who came over and helped me walk through it. This is now our coffee table with a cat on it, because always, and it's one of the ones that the top of it lifts up, so it goes up to like a table height. So we often eat dinner there, and then we're at the same height as the high chair, so we can all have dinner together. Yeah, so it's been hard. The last 7 weeks have been like, oh my god, this is all going to start any day now. And now I look back and I'm like, I wish I had have known it was going to be 7 weeks. Like, I just wish they'd tell you approximately how long it is, because when the surgeon originally said weeks, not months, we move really quick. I envisioned 2 weeks, not 7.5. So I guess when I say 7 weeks, I go back to the date I was told it was most likely cancer. It was 8 days later. I found out it definitely was. But it's hard, right? Because I would have done different things, and now I feel like it's suddenly here. So I don't know. It's weird. I went to Nutrition and Breast Cancer yesterday, which was great. One of the programs they put on. So we did 2 more recipes, which were both good. I liked. One that I'm sure I'll make again. It was similar to my very favorite salad. It had tomatoes and cucumbers and feta in it, but it used brown lentils instead, or as well. And I use lentils in like hot foods, but I had never had it in like a salad like that, and it was actually really good. So that one I'll definitely do again. The other one was just really good. It was like a flatbread with sauteed onions and turmeric and tomato and goat cheese, and it was really good. I just know I'm lazy and I probably won't make that again, and like the onions were fine. I'm not like a super sauteed onion person, like obviously in things like soup, but yeah. And then I chatted at the end of the session with some of the women there. I was the only woman like at the start of her treatment. So quite a few have already went through chemo. So they gave me a lot of hints. And they seem to be like, yeah, everyone reacts differently, but we think you think this is going to be worse than it is. And I'm like, that's great news. I would rather be overreacting. They were all, look, it sucks. But, I was picturing like just, vomiting for a week, unable to move. And they were like, if you're vomiting at all, you should be calling your doctor to get more meds. And that's what the doctor and the pharmacist had said at all as well. So, one of the women there said, oh, the second day after chemo, I tried to vacuum my entire house and I could only vacuum half my house. And, I found that really hard because I was tired. And I'm like, okay, maybe I just had different expectations. I expect it to be like needing one-on-one support. Like when Kelly had food poisoning and we had to call an ambulance because it was really, really scary and really bad. I was expecting that. And now they're saying, for them, and again, it's different, but for the women I spoke to, they were like, no, it's, you're tired and you're blah and you don't want to eat. And, you have hot flashes and pains. So it's hard to sleep. So I think I was picturing it more like when I got my second COVID vaccine, I got really, really sick. And it was scary because Kelly wasn't here that night. And I really don't like vomiting by myself. Well, I don't like doing it at all. But I have a lot of fear about what if something happens, which I'm not going to be alone at any point, which is great. But I was really, really sick. And like couldn't stop vomiting and it was really bad. Still happy I got my vaccine and keep getting them. But I think it's actually more like getting COVID. I know it's weird to say, but the COVID vaccine, that one, the rest of them were fine. The second one really knocked me on my ass. But getting COVID itself was more like a couple days of being like, I don't want to eat. I want to lay down. I'm achy. I'm tired. I can't sleep. And I'm starting to get the vibe from the other women, at least, that was more of what chemo was for them, not the like insanely sick. I'm hearing a lot that it just wears on you because it's like 18 weeks of this, right? So I think people, I think it just gets really on you because it's 18 weeks of being sick. And I don't want to minimize it, but like I just did, 38 weeks of being sick. Because the first two don't count in pregnancy. So yeah, when I was pregnant, I was sick the entire time. Like I only vomited once, well, technically twice during pregnancy, once during labor. But I was nauseous all the time. I was exhausted. I'm like, but I got through that and I still worked up until about week 29 when it was just, but that was more of a mental health thing than a physical health thing. So so hopefully I'll be able to do this. And so I'm going to prep some food. I'm going to make soup today. I may even make 2 kinds of soup. I just want some like easy food. It sounds ridiculous, but I got instant mashed potatoes. And they come in like little cups, just like the KD cups. But I think those are going to be good again when I'm feeling really nauseous. And I know that they're not very good, but your taste buds are off. And I'm like, that's fine. So I'm going to try to like meal prep some stuff today, get my snacks ready. My chemo hands and feet booty things are in the freezer. So that's one thing. So chemo can cause neuropathy in your hands and feet. But because I don't have a blood cancer or any kind of cancer that affects my hands and feet, I really don't need the chemo there. So what they do is you kind of like try to freeze your hands and feet. So I know they also have ice there. So I'm not even sure if I'll use the booties I got on Amazon or use ice, whatever kind of they recommend. And I think I don't really need to do that until cycle 4. But I'm going to bring them just to ask the oncology nurses because they're kind of the experts in this. But what it is that it's the same idea as cold capping. If you've heard, cold capping for me would be about $4,000. So it wasn't worth it to try to save my hair because it's not a guarantee. But cold capping is an option if people are interested in it, and some hospitals do have it. The hospital in St. John does have cold capping. Unfortunately, Fredericton doesn't. Again, at some point, I will try to fundraise some money so that that's an option for people. But it's the same concept. So if you kind of have very, very cold kind of mitts on or ice or something to try to lower the temperature in your hands and feet, it means it also constricts the blood vessels. I hope I'm getting this right. Which means less of the chemotherapy medications go into your hands and feet because I don't need it to, right? Like we want it kind of everywhere in my body, but it's not really there. So that means less chemo medication gets to those areas, which means there's less damage and less risk of the peripheral neuropathy. I already have neuropathy in my face. I fell a long time ago, 2007, 18 years ago. Wow. I fell and broke my face. So I broke my, I shattered my eye socket and broke my cheekbone in 4 places. And I have a bunch of plates in, and one of the nerves was damaged. So I do have neuropathy issues. It's why wearing a mask is really hard for me, because anything that touches this side is wonky. Anything that touches kind of lightly, like a firm touch, is fine. But anyway, so I really don't want that in my hands and feet because it's already a pain in the butt to have in my face. Yeah, so kind of making sure I have all that done. My daughter's at daycare today. I am in leggings and comfy clothes. After I get my port put in, I can't get it wet for about 48 hours. So I'm going to have like a shower tonight. You know, I'll still bathe and stuff around it, but just make it a little easier to have a shower tonight. Another thing, we were supposed to have, in an earlier video I said we were doing a comedy show tonight. We are not. So things happen. We had an amazing bill. It was kind of weird. We had a really, really, really great bill and nobody bought tickets, which is so funny because tomorrow's show is like almost sold out. There's like 6 tickets left. And this is the hard part about owning a business that's so event-based like this, is that really it ebbs and flows. Sometimes we'll have like very few tickets and then the next show will sell out, and we can't really figure out a pattern to it. But anyway, as of last night, we had no tickets sold. And then, of course, as soon as we pulled it from the website, we had people being like, I'm trying to buy tickets. But quite a few of the comedians drive from Moncton, St. John, all over. And although we do pay them, Cheap Laughs is a much lower pay rate. Also, because Kelly was going to be on the bill to test some of his material because he's headlining this weekend, it meant that, you know, he would be busy tonight. And so it's kind of nice to have a family night and just more hectic stuff. I do have to go set up the club for tomorrow. So at some point today, it's freezing rain right now, or at least I think that's what it's doing. So I'm not going to do that. Yes, it's April and it's freezing rain and snow because Canada. So yeah, so I do have to set up the club tonight, but there's no show, which is great. So the show's this weekend. We have 2 of our comedians doing the hosting job that I normally do. And yeah, and we have someone with me and someone with my daughter. So kind of being babysat and all ends. Anyway, yeah, so I'm just gonna make some snacks now. Bye. All right, so I made a bunch of lentil, tomato, feta, cucumber salad to have, and I have made a big pot of vegetable soup, and I have butternut squash. I was just getting ready because I'm going to make butternut squash soup too. I like soups, and they always feel good when I'm nauseous. So I'm doing okay. Got the living room vacuumed, have all the laundry except our comforters in the washer or dryer. Got that done. Yeah, and I have about max 3 hours before I have to go pick up my daughter at daycare. They're open till 5:30. It's 2:17 now. Kelly teaches class on Tuesdays, Thursdays. That'll end soon, but he has class today. So, yeah, I'll be running out to pick her up. And yeah, it's starting to feel good. Maybe not. I'm just keeping myself busy today, right? Like, sorry, our kitchen is a disaster. Oh, I also have a snack thing here of snacks and the liquid IV and ginger and all that kind of stuff to have ready. So I have a snack bowl, and yeah, so hopefully chemo will go okay tomorrow. All right, so another update. I have everything cooked. All the laundry's done. House is cleaned up. I know Kelly's going to be doing a ton of stuff too, but I just want it fresh. Also, it's been really good to keep my mind off everything today. And now I'm going to run to Walmart for a few minutes and grab a couple things, pick up my daughter at daycare, and then we have to set up the club because I have people subbing in for me this weekend, but I don't want them to have to actually set up the tables and chairs, just because we share a space, so they had bookings last Sunday, so I gotta set it up again. So I got the tablecloths all washed because I take them home, wash them each week. They're all done. Yeah, so let's go.